Okay, we're jumping right in today because this is really important. We've got an urgent warning about a new and, honestly, pretty dangerous scam that's been going around online. So let's not waste any time and get straight to it.
So everything we're about to break down for you comes straight from this public warning right here, and you'll notice who it's for. An important warning for our OFWs. That's right, our overseas Filipino workers. This is a direct message to a community that, let's be real, gets targeted a lot. And it's not just about money. It's because being far from home can make you more vulnerable to these emotional tricks. Our goal here is to make sure you know exactly what to look out for.
So what is the problem here? Well, this first section pretty much says it all. They're scamming again. It just captures that feeling, right? That frustration that there's always some new scheme you have to be on guard for. And believe me, this one is especially sneaky.
And this really gets to the heart of how they do it. See what it says? They claim there's no force involved, but they use the emotions of OFWs to get data. This is their whole game. They'll come at you with some sob story or a big promise, or maybe an appeal for help. They make you feel like you're making a choice to share your info, but really, you're being played, you're being emotionally manipulated.
Okay, so we know their method. Now let's get practical and look at the signs of deception. These are the red flags, the warning signs you absolutely have to be able to spot to keep yourself safe.
All right, here's the first huge giveaway. The data collectors have no clear organization and no responsible person. Think about it. If you can't find a legit company name or a website, or even just a specific person who's accountable, that is a massive red flag. Real organizations are transparent about who they are. Scammers, well, they love to hide in the shadows.
And this slide shows you exactly what they're trying to get. They're not just asking for your name to put you on a mailing list. No way. They are after the really sensitive stuff. Your passport number, your full address, your ARC or ID number, and get this, even your signature. This is the kind of personal data that can basically unlock your entire life for a criminal.
Which of course brings us to our next critical point, the danger to your data. Why is giving this information away so incredibly risky? Let's actually break down what kind of damage they can do.
This warning poses a question that, honestly, we should all be asking ourselves before we share anything online. What can be done with your information? The potential for them to misuse it is just huge.
And here are the answers. They're pretty frightening. Your data can be used for identity theft, meaning someone can literally pretend to be you, maybe open up new accounts or even commit crimes in your name. Then there's signature forgery, to sign contracts or official documents. And of course, the big one, fraudulent transactions, which is just a fancy way of saying they could drain your bank accounts of your hard-earned money. The risk is very, very real.
Now, it's so important to understand this isn't just some shady, unethical tactic we're talking about. It is completely against the law. Let's take a look at the legal side of things, titled here, Why is this illegal?
And the message here is crystal clear. This is prohibited under data privacy laws. Those data privacy acts exist for a reason, to stop exactly this kind of predatory data collection. These scammers aren't just being unethical, they are actual criminals.
The source even breaks down which laws are being broken. On the left, you see undue influence, which is basically a legal term for emotional coercion, pressuring you through your feelings. And on the right, deceptive solicitation, which means they're collecting your data in a misleading way. So they're breaking the law on two fronts, how they manipulate you and how they lie about what they're doing. So that brings us to the final and without a doubt the most crucial section of this warning, the most important reminder. If you only take one thing away from all this, please let this be it.
Here is the bottom line, and yeah, it's in all caps for a reason. Prohibited, dangerous, and a possible scam. There are no gray areas here, no what-ifs. This activity is illegal, it puts you in serious danger, and it is almost certainly a scam.
So here it is, rule number 1. It's simple and it's not negotiable. Do not give out your passport details. Your passport is one of your most important identity documents. You have to guard it. No legitimate survey or petition is ever going to need that kind of information.
And the second rule, which is just as important, do not give out your ID number. That number, combined with your name and your signature, is basically the key for an identity thief. Just don't do it. You have to protect your data just like you'd protect your own wallet. And so we'll end with this final really important question. Who will you warn next? Because knowing this stuff is great, but it's only powerful if you share it.
Spreading this warning could be the one thing that saves a friend, a family member, or a coworker from becoming the next victim. Thanks for listening. Stay safe, and please, stay informed.